evening, everybody. We're on the road. We're headed back from the Jersey Shore. It's been a very fun and exciting day today. We're headed to the, currently checking out the Mount Mitchell overlook. Or at least trying to see where it is. Oh, it says turn right for the Mount Mitchell overlook up here. So we're kind of curious to see what this looks like. I don't know. I don't know if it's open. It's not open.
Aww.
Bummer. Yeah, so I kind of figured it wouldn't be. So that's where it would be, though. Okay. Well, now we know. I figured it being almost 8, it probably wouldn't be open. Oh well. Bumpy.
I wonder what created the highlands here along the coast.
You were hoping to see if we could see from the distance. Hey, John. Good evening. We're back. Yep, we're back, Josh. We had to get back to the car and then had to dry out a bit because we were getting rained on at the beach.
We were wet, we were cold.
Yeah, and we all know how streaming equipment does not like to roast in the car. So we had to dry things out, including the gimbal. Got a little bit wet despite the umbrella.
It dry out pretty good.
Yeah, I got it all put away.
There's no restriction on the right turn on red here, is there?
I didn't see a sign. I don't think so.
Jersey Route 36 north. Somewhere near the highlands.
We saw a lot of deer. We went back to check out the lighthouse in the dark, and it was really cool. It was all lit up, but unfortunately it doesn't really show in a photo very well because the rest of it's in the dark.
Yeah. But it was neat driving out there at night because it's so dark.
It's so dark, and you can see all the coastlines, like the boats and stuff glowing at night.
And I don't know, what is that first bridge crossing north? Is that the Staten Island Bridge? Is that, or, I don't know my New York bridges. But there was definitely a bridge you could see.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know my bridges either. Josh is like, nope, phones don't like heat or moisture. No, they don't. I almost gave my gimbal a bath tonight. Almost had the ocean lap it. It was really close.
I think it was more just your feet getting wet.
Well, it felt really close when I was looking through the gimbal because I was looking through the screen on the phone, and it seemed a lot closer than I guess it was to you. To me, it was like, oh my goodness, you know? But yeah, so it was really cool to go back out to see the lighthouse at night and see all the lights, everything glowing. I'm trying to see if my picture came out of the lighthouse. Not really. It just looks like a lamppost.
I don't know, is it still active?
I'm not sure they can really use it too much with all that being so inland now. You know, like with all that sand that got put in, it's kind of surrounded now. I was surprised how many deer we saw out there, though. They were everywhere. Even earlier today, there was 2 friendly deer hanging around. I didn't see any turtles, though.
Saw a turtle crossing sign.
Yeah, I did see that, because there is I think it was a box turtle, that they're trying to protect. Josh says, either way, it was funny. Yeah, it had me going. And then the one time, it almost got me again. Oh, that guy's driving really fast.
Or I'm driving really slow.
The speed limit's 45, I guess.
No, I am driving kind of slow then.
We're kind of looking around, though, at our surroundings.
I'm not familiar with this either. I think we've gone through here maybe once before.
still like to know what that big shorebird was. He was really big compared to the other seagulls. He had brown on his wings instead of like the blue-gray that you normally see. He was much bigger, like double the size of a seagull.
So do we know what town this is?
This is Navesink. Assuming that's how you pronounce it. Navesink. John and Josh, did you guys have a good day today? I meant to ask you earlier, but it was kind of hard being at the shore. The wind and the rain.
Hudson Trail Center.
Josh says, we still haven't got a gimbal yet. With our current health struggles, we aren't covered. Sorry to hear that you're having some issues. Hope it gets better. I don't use my gimbal as much as I would like to. I think if I could get around better, I'd use it more. But I still love it. It's just... I find I use the tripod a lot more for events than the gimbal. Like today, taking you out to the, to the lighthouse and the beach, like, but other things, like other events.
Like the event coming up on Friday.
Yeah, we're covering the Save Our Nation conference this Friday from 5:30 for breakfast and sign-ins, and it goes to about 5:30. And then we're covering an election ice cream dinner at 6:30 to 9:30. And you can find that out at the... Let me look up the website. I don't want to misquote it. I think it's... Let's see. freedomfaithandfamily.org.
Freedom, Faith, and Family?
.org, yeah.
Spelled out.
And then you can just click on the Save the Nation conference on October 7th. And you can actually buy tickets for it still. It's $69 for the one at the church. And then the one that's at the festival grounds, the dinner, is $50 a person. And if you're not able to attend in person, you can watch one of the live streams that I'll... Lions for Liberty's Rumble channel. So that's Lions for Liberty, all one word. And then 7, GWYNNY7. And then I'll also be doing my YouTube channel, which is Gwenny7. And then also on Facebook as Gwen's Notes, GWYN''S Notes. There's a chance Facebook may or may not go down if they're playing music, because Facebook likes to flag music, and I don't want to have to mute the whole entire stream because it's just easier for post-production and not have to do that. So there's a chance Facebook could go down, but hopefully it won't. We'll see.
Rumble will stay up.
Yeah.
No censorship there.
At least so far, anyway.
Music people haven't gotten after them yet.
Josh says, we aren't covering much. We do love the tripod. Yeah, the tripod is very versatile. If you don't have a lot of events, I would just stick with the tripod. I was very lucky that a friend of mine gifted me my gimbal for my first event to help cover it, and it worked really, really good. It was at our capital in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
didn't have too much rain. It rained on us pretty good at the game.
Oh, yeah. Between the third and fourth quarters, we got really, really rained on.
The trip out to the park, to the lighthouse, was good. A little drizzly at the beach.
It wasn't too bad, though.
That was invigorating.
Yeah, the beach was pretty good. With the breeze was more my issue with the gimbal, trying to keep everything stable in the breeze. Josh says we're trying to get to 100 on Rumble to go live. Yeah, I need to put your channel link in my description. Can you send it to me so I can post it? I don't know it off the top of my head. Is it just live with Joshua? I don't know how you're able to go live with just 100 people on Rumble, because I haven't been able to find any of that in the Rumble.
You can do that without having to pay for storage or something?
Well, I don't know. Josh says he can stream if he gets to 100, but I didn't see any of that in my settings. I'm having to pay to stream it.
Now, does the video get stored if you do that?
I don't know.
Or do you have to pay to have it saved? I wonder.
Josh, do you know if you can save your videos, like, once you're done being live, or do they disappear? He says we could get enough for YouTube monetization, but it takes forever to get paid. Oh, you mean enough money from YouTube to pay for Rumble? Yeah, I wouldn't support YouTube. I personally don't want to support YouTube's, and they take 30% of it, and I just don't like them censoring, so.
That's super chat money, though, you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, he's talking about super chats. You can monetize your videos, too.
So you can get super chat when you hit a certain number?
Well, you have to be monetized and go through all the hoops to monetize to do the super chats. Like, I like the super chats, they're cool and all, but I just don't like supporting YouTube because they censor it. So, Josh says he's not sure about Rumble with storing the videos.
I've heard they demonetize you pretty quick on stuff, too.
Oh, yeah, if you say anything or you get a strike or whatever. Joshua, what's your Rumble? I can't find it. I tried to find you on Rumble. Is it different than your YouTube? We have YouTube members as well. I don't know how YouTube members works. Is that like a subscription thing that people pay for? I've never used YouTube subscriptions, so I don't know.
I've seen some content producers that have stuff that's members only.
I know WYSIWYG was doing it.
I don't know what the threshold is to get into membership, if that's something that you can set yourself, or if YouTube does it.
Well, I just followed you, Josh, so now you're up to 24.
Polar bear ice cream.
They look like they might be open. It's always on the wrong side of the barrier, though.
Welcome to New Jersey, where you're always on the wrong side of the barrier.
Yeah.
We're in that part of New Jersey where I think one place runs into the next.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Josh says it's a subscription that people pay for and we have some that are doing it. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm sticking with PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App right now. I really should put out more, but I'm horrible at putting it out there, so I guess I should drop that in the chat while I'm thinking of it.
Is Patreon still a thing?
I think it is, but I don't know what you have to do to sign up for it.
I remember a few years back when that first came on the scene, that some content producers were going that route to support them that way, especially those that were getting demonetized.
Yeah, I think they also delay when you get the money, though. I think Twitch has some kind of monetization thing too, but they also delay it, so I don't know.
This is all after the YouTube adpocalypse, as it was called.
Yeah.
Which goes back to that analogy of building your sandcastle on somebody else's beach. You get something really good going, and then they can just pull the rug out from underneath you because it's their platform.
I'd like to get my own platform at some point, but it's a lot to do.
That's what Epoch Times ended up doing. That's why they started Epic TV. They were getting demonetized, and they were getting strikes.
Yeah. Josh says, I've only been to New Jersey once, and I was on the way to New York. Yeah, we've been to New Jersey way too many times. But that's because you have work in New Jersey, so. Josh says, those are our preferred methods of getting payment because you can get the funds immediately. PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. Yeah, definitely makes it easier. It's a lot of work to do the events that we're doing, the grassroots events. You got to travel. Eventually, I need to get a better phone. I gotta get a newer phone that has more space and better stabilization cameras.
Well, you've been saving up the donations.
Yeah, I'm close. I'm close to being able to afford a new one. Not quite there yet, but close. I had to spend some of my donation money on battery banks because I didn't have enough. So I think we finally got our battery bank situation solved. Thank goodness for sales.
Yeah, you've got a good complement of them now. Coolers for the
good iPhone cords. So if anybody has a good idea where to buy good iPhone cords that's not gouge at the Apple store, let me know, because I haven't had luck on Amazon with iPhone cords. A lot of them apparently are knockoffs. Yeah, a new phone. I need a new phone. My phone's old.
not necessarily new one though, but maybe second generation stabilization.
Yeah. I rephrase that. A new to me phone, because mine's an iPhone 6, so it's old.
Key port to the right.
Entering the township of Hazlet. Interesting name. Josh, I can send you a really good battery bank that's on sale right now on Amazon that works phenomenally. Let me grab the link for you right now. This battery bank has been a trooper for me. Let me find it.
Was this the one where there were complaints about it, that it took a day to charge?
Yes, which is a good thing because it means it's good. It's only $16 and it works really, really good.
You want it to take a while to charge. That's indicating there's capacity.
He says, my iPhone cards come from Walmart and Lowe's. I never thought about trying those. Can't be worse than Amazon, right?
Is that comparable to buying them at the grocery store?
Yeah, I guess so.
I've seen them there too.
Yeah. I don't know if those are any good. I know the guy who I bought them on Amazon, instead of sending me the replacements, he just... Because what it would do is it would charge and then it would disconnect, charge, disconnect, charge, disconnect. Like it just wouldn't stay charging. Oh, you had a viewer send you a really good battery bank on your wish list. Oh, that's awesome.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about doing an Amazon wish list. I had thought about sponsor a battery bank.
Get the naming rights to the battery bank.
Yeah, it's like I'll somehow deck out a battery bank in your name if someone sponsors a battery bank. Yeah, it's better to get the better ones. I sent you a text with the ones that I got. That one works really good. I bought one of the smaller ones. That one's 30,000 milliamp hours, and I bought one of the, I think it's 20 together because it was a deal. It was like $45 at the time. And then they went on sale. The bigger one, the 30,000 milliamp, went on even more sale. So I bought a second one because it was only $16. I'm like, wow. And they worked really good. Like my dad and I, we ran Constitution Day event for Grassroots Unite PA's Fall Liberty Fest, or Grupa Fall Liberty Fest. And we had 2 rooms we had to live stream, and we never ran out of power. And that was from basically, I think you stayed to the right.
Yeah, I don't want to take the Parkway.
Yeah. Sorry, I should be paying attention.
No, it's okay.
I'm the navigator.
Yeah, we're just gonna just go by gut feel tonight.
All right, that's good because I kind of forgot to actually put it in.
Like, Parkway? No.
I know it's not the Parkway, but all right. So we stay on this for 7 miles or so to get on to 9.
Ah, good old US 9.
So yeah.
As we get closer and closer to New York City going this way.
Yeah. Josh says, we honestly have over 1,000 viewers from all over the U.S. due to 1776. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's really good.
I haven't gotten up that high, but I didn't go to D.C. like you did. My health, I couldn't do it. It was just too much. I did watch your stream a lot, though, when you went. It was nice to have a less chaotic stream.
Now they're in Indiana, right?
I believe some of them are, yeah. I believe David and I'm not sure who else is with them.
Now, where did the Patriot Q's group end up? Are they in Pennsylvania somewhere?
I don't know. I think there might be in West Virginia or Virginia. Josh says, New York City, hopefully we have toll money for the tunnel. No, we're not going through the tunnels. Yeah, I think you are on their official list as official streamers for 1776. I'm no longer on that list because I stopped going to events and stuff since I didn't go to DC. They took me off.
Whoa, were you on the list at one point?
Yeah. I could ask to be put back on, but it's okay.
You weren't really covering anything.
I wasn't there for the 30 plus days in DC. I wasn't there when they went back to Bunker Hill, so
Right.
I don't blame them for taking me off. So I mean, yeah, I do the notes and stuff, but even that's become less so now because there's not much to report on, so I don't blame them.
I'm guessing there'll be less live streaming because they're not really out doing activist things.
Yeah. Josh says it's David, Joe, or they call him DC Joe, Mom, Paul, Sherry, and I don't know who else. Is Sherry Kentucky? Because I know David's referred to Kentucky, but I don't know her actual name. I only know her as Kentucky. She seems really nice. Because I remember Santa was showing videos of him making breakfast at his mom's house, and Kentucky was in the video. Yesterday, it looked like they were having fun at a shooting range. Josh says, I don't know where Q's group is. We're still in communication with both groups. Oh, that's cool. He believes Sherry is Kentucky. Okay, it could be. Yeah, our event. So
Newfoundland, PA.
Newfoundland, PA. Yeah.
Or is it Newfoundland?
You're asking me, the word butcherer, how to say it? I don't know. Newfoundland? I'm not sure. I guess I should ask American Girl.
I think she said it was Newfoundland.
I think you're right, Newfoundland.
I always called it the other.
Yeah. But that'll be exciting because I'm hoping, because we don't have a lot of packing we have to do tonight, that we can get up early enough tomorrow to A, live stream on the way, and B, I'd love to go see Lake Wallenpaupack because my dad's told me so many stories of him going there. How many summers did you go there with your family?
From, I think the first summer was in 68, and the last time was in 86.
So almost 20 years. 18 years. Oh, there's 2 lights.
Yeah, there were.
I thought it was one at first.
I did too.
Oops.
I was focused on the first light. I don't know if I should be getting caught in the middle of this.
Yeah, so I would love to go see Lake Wallenpaupack in the daytime. So that would be cool if we can check that out. If the weather cooperates, maybe I can show you the lake on the gimbal. Josh says he wasn't sure if it was a spring or needed greasing. Yeah, I don't know. Josh says we really like that big Bass Pro in PA. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. I know there's several of them. I know the one near us in Hamburg, Pennsylvania is called Cabela's, even though it's owned by Bass Pro now. There's different bridges all lit up at night.
Is this the...
This is the bridge. One of the bridges.
This isn't the Raritan River crossing yet. That's still coming up, I think. Oh, we're going under the trestle one this way.
Yeah, it's going to the trestle. Yeah, this isn't the... This is Sayreville crossing. The next one is the Raritan. Smells really good. It smells like barbecue. Barbecue. He says it's visible from the interstate on the way to Jersey. Yeah, I'm not sure where that is. I have to look it up. You know where a Bass Pro that's visible on the interstate in Jersey?
No.
I have to look at a map for that one. So we got 2.6 miles to Route 9. I remember our morning started off with a Penske truck almost taking out a bridge. I was like, I don't know about this. At least that's the way he acted with his driving. Like, quick, flip the manual. What size am I? Okay, we could do this. That's what it seemed like. He was like hesitant.
Start going under the bridge and listen for any sounds.
Yeah, it's like, are we scraping? It's funny. I meant to ask you, Josh, how's your wife doing? Is she feeling better? I know she was in the hospital for a while. Just keeping her in my thoughts and prayers, hoping that things got better. I think it was something with her potassium levels or something that were out of whack, if I recall correctly.
Right lane closed, huh?
Apparently. says we stopped at the Bass Pro on Black Friday, but I don't know what area it was. I am one of those people that does not want to go out on Black Friday at all. I'm one of those, the only time I'm out on Black Friday is if I stayed over at a relative's too long for Thanksgiving dinner and we're leaving to go home. But that's just because we're going home, not to go shopping. I'm not a big fan of crowds or people fighting over things. And it's just, a lot of people don't realize like electronics and stuff that they sell for Black Friday. A lot of it, they put out chintzy stuff like TVs. They don't put out the good stuff. It's like lower quality. I thought this traffic's supposed to stop.
Yeah.
They have a yield and a stop sign. They don't seem to be yielding.
Well, we'll let them in. It's slowing it down. Others will never get in.
True. Oh no, she's back in the hospital with the potassium every few days. That's not good. She gets dizzy and almost fell while doing my hair.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm really sorry to hear that. That's awful. And they still can't figure out why? That's awful. I'm not a doctor, so I can't really give you advice, but I know if you're low in potassium, like when I played field hockey, we used to have been told, you gotta eat several bananas a day because we're sweating out so much potassium, as an athlete in our double practices. But if it's too high, I don't know how you get rid of it other than maybe sweat it out. I know electrolytes, if you need potassium, you can get electrolytes that have it in. Like, I use electrolytes for keeping my blood pressure up because my blood pressure is low. And it has potassium and magnesium and salt, other things in it.
So this is Route 9 going north. Taking it to Lincoln Tunnel if you go all the way to New York.
Yeah. Well, I hope they figure it out soon because that's not good. He says it doesn't make any sense to me because she was fine during the hot summer on the blacktop, but now it keeps dropping. What keeps dropping? Her blood pressure or her potassium? I'm guessing you mean potassium. If it's the blood pressure, you could try seeing if you can get into a cardiologist to check it out. I see a lot of bridges lit up. That's all I see. On the right, Dad, what were you pointing at?
I saw the one bridge span. I thought we saw that from Sandy Hook.
I'm not sure. Did it have red on the top?
I don't recall.
Because the ones at Sandy Hook had red blinkers at the top.
So I think this is where we're running to get onto Route 440.
Yep, in 0.8 miles we get off onto Route 440 to get over 287.
Is that a right-hand exit?
Yes.
Now we're going over the Raritan River.
We don't own any rights to the road noises, Facebook. We're playing bridge deck number 97. Right? Oh, it might be that one over there, the one that's blinking double red.
it looks like you go 440 south
Yeah.
to get to 287.
Oh, okay, so there's like multiple rights. There's that right, and there's this right. Got it. Yeah, this is the one that we want. It's going to curve to the left. Alright.
It's a maze of roads.
Yeah, we just don't know it. We've never been... I don't remember coming back this way. Ever. And we got a merge on our right coming in. Bridges after bridges. Josh says, mine runs high due to my kidney failure, but they have a medication that can lower it, but even meds aren't helping her potassium. It's her potassium that keeps dropping. I don't know. I don't know. Other than suggesting a cardiologist check her out, because I know that's something my cardiologist checks me out for. Is potassium and you know, the different levels of electrolytes. And sometimes you could have an imbalance on the one that just messes up the other. Oh, our friend Rain is coming back. We haven't had enough of that. Well, either way, Josh, we'll keep her in our prayers. And I hope your dialysis is going well. I know it's tough. Oh, poor guy blew out a tire. The 3 most left lanes go straight. The right lane is exit only. We may have to bail off the highway in 20 miles.
20 miles?
There's a crash near Bedminster.
Does that take us as far as Route 22? That we could take 22?
I'm looking. The crash is 24 miles down the road. Let me see. You definitely want to take 287.
Left 3 lanes.
Yeah, we can get off at Raritan. Assuming there's an exit. Let's get over to 22. It's a minor crash, so it's not terrible.
I don't mind hopping over to 22 anyway.
Alright.
If we're going to go that way.
Yeah, keep an eye on it. Josh says we prefer to travel at night. When we went to Kentucky, we left around this time of night, same as going to New York. I'm not a big fan of being on the road at night. I think part of it is my light sensitivity. I don't like the headlights. The headlights are really glary and we're very blue. When you add in the rain like tonight, it's just kind of makes everything even more glittery. But I guess if you're on more rural roads, it's not too bad. I forgot to contact Ken today. I gotta do that tomorrow. Remind me to do that tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah. And make sure Lions for Liberty upgrades their Rumble for the weekend. Otherwise, I won't go to the street for them.
We're out of space.
I gotta upgrade mine. I'm out of space too. I only get 100 gigs for the first level. When you do really long all-day events like we've been doing, it gobbles it up pretty fast. Munch, munch. Even though you process it to make it a little smaller, it's still a lot. I mean, we did that big Bloomsburg event. That was, what, 6 hours? That was pretty long. I think it was, what, 10 to 4 or something? 10 to, I don't remember. And then we just did the
37 north.
Yep, we're on this for 11 miles, roughly.
I remember one time coming back from Monmouth that I had trouble, made a mistake or something, didn't get on the road, and had trouble finding an entrance.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Tonight went pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
Didn't make any wrong turns. I don't know where we saw that good view up towards New York before.
I don't know.
Maybe it was at that overlook.
We went a different way. Unless we did go to the overlook. I don't remember if we did go to the overlook or not. I mean, Mount Mitchell sounds familiar to me because I'm thinking of the Mount Mitchell, which is in the book that I'm reading about right now, you know, with the end of the world and EMP attacks. So, like, Mount Mitchell is very familiar in my brain right now. We have a picture of him. Our co-pilot, Jub Jub. We haven't showed Jub Jub on the stream before.
He's been wedged up there at the rearview mirror for a while.
Yeah, he stares back at everybody tailgating us. He's been on many adventures with us, though. Josh says, with night, there's more road work, but less traffic. Well, I guess it depends where you are. In Pennsylvania, there's more road work, but it doesn't seem like less traffic. It seems like when we get the road work where they close the lanes and stuff at night, it can get pretty rough. But even during the daytime, it can be pretty rough. Like today, we had to take the alternate route, which is why we saw the Penske truck almost second guess whether he could go under the bridge because we had to divert a very backed up stop sign due to the construction on the highway.
Yeah, people were bailing off of 22 and 78, taking old 22, and then that starts to back up.
Yeah, and since there's no traffic light there, it can take forever to get through.
That four-way stop sign just backs up.
Yeah. Josh, I see the link you sent me about the Rumble live streaming, but when you actually click on that link, there's nothing there. Like, it doesn't actually show up. So, I don't know.
You're trying to see it on the phone?
Yeah. I did it on the computer because I found it online. But it never says on Rumble's website, like, this is a different website called Decision PR Newswire, saying they announced in August 16, 2022 that they were going to do free unlimited streaming for those with over 100 subscribers. But it says, like, to learn more about it, check out this link, and it's like the Rumble channel, and it doesn't say anything about it. So I don't know.
This is where we got off for the Rutgers game. Washington Avenue.
Might be.
Piscataway. Athletics Center, next 3 exits. was a lot of interest in Rumble streaming from people that would come up and talk to you.
Yeah, so that really is what put my Rumble on the map. But not so much with the Constitution Day events. Josh says when we went to New York City, we drove over 2 nights before Thanksgiving or Turkey Day. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of New York City. It's very, very crowded, very stressful, especially for us because we're used to not being in that kind of situation.
Wants us all to live in high-rise apartments in big cities.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I said that's not going to happen. We got construction up here. We check on that accident. Oh, the accident's cleared. It's gone now. But you can still take old 22. It's fine. 22. Whatever you want. Josh, it'll be hard to grow your Rumble. I found a lot of people just don't want to use Rumble. Unfortunately, people don't want to create a new account and then have to go and follow another channel. It's hard to get people to watch Rumble. I mean, the reason my one video has 800 views on Rumble is because of the people who are in the video, and it literally is censored off. All over the country and world. Like it's stuff you can't talk about without getting censored on the major platforms. Oh, you've been sharing my Rumble on your streams? Oh, that's nice of you. Thanks for doing that. I've been trying to share yours when I remember to do it. I gotta write myself notes. I'm not very proactive in getting all the, reminding people to like, subscribe, and share. I gotta get better at doing that.
Do some shameless self-promotion.
Yeah. It always feels weird to do it, Like I'll do it at the intermission, halftime breaks at events or at the end of an event. But it just I don't want to be one of those streamers where they're always saying it all the time.
Got to find the right balance.
River. So we crossed both. The Delaware and Raritan Canal and the Raritan River.
Oh, that's neat.
We crossed them earlier as well. It was raining then. I want to see if my rainbow photo came out. Sort of.
So we got left-handed exit coming up. In order to get on Route 22.
Yeah, Rumble is definitely the place to be for free speech. They just make it hard. It's not user friendly. It's harder to live stream because I showed you in person at one of the rallies, as you'll remember. You gotta get your stream link URL, and then you gotta get the special code, and then put it as an RTMP stream, like Prism or whatever you're using for software to stream. So it's definitely harder. And then you got the chat issues where you can't have chat moderators. So it's either you have chat on or you have chat off. If you have it on, well, you know what that opens you up to. Anything and everything, which could be very bad. If you turn it off, then it's kind of sad because then you're not interacting with anybody. The other downside is it won't show up in Prism as chat either. You have to have a separate device to load your Rumble video in a browser to see your chat, which is kind of silly. But that's how it works right now. So it's definitely not easy to use. There's the Bridgewater Diner. It's finally open.
You remember that?
Yeah, they said it was going to be reopening soon. So it's now open now. Cool. That's when we went to Rutgers. It was saying grand reopening soon. So.
The sun came out near the end of that rain during the game. And for a little bit there, it was a nice rainbow. It wasn't real bright, but it was decent. Stay on Route 22 West for a while. Most of the way home, actually.
Yeah. I like that you took a picture of me walking down the Battery. That's cool. That gives it like a cool scale.
That's why I did that. That was back on the near the lighthouse.
Yeah. mods on Rumble either, yeah. With our followers, we get trolls due to being associated with 76. Yeah, I can imagine. I heard the trolling is really bad lately. Just really unfortunate. It might be best to just have your chat turned off on Rumble. As much as that kind of sucks, not interacting with your followers, it's gonna be a headache to moderate. Well, I'm super excited for our trip.
Yeah?
Yeah. It'll be an adventure.
There's a lot going on. Another busy couple of days.
Yeah. I guess my biggest thing is the sound guy never called me today, so that kind of sucks. So we don't know if we're going to be able to get a direct feed on the audio. So I guess you'll have to bring stuff to make chords.
Have to take a box of junk with us, see what we have to put together.
Because I don't know if it's going to be line in, mic in. Like, I have no idea. RCA, XLR. No idea. Just kind of unfortunate. We can only do what's in our control, so it'll be whatever it is. It's in God's hands, as they say.
Need one of those directional microphones.
Yeah. Well, I do have my headset. So, theoretically, we could put my headset up on like a podium or whatever. And you know how good that microphone picks up from the days we used it in the astronomy club. I have the Bluetooth headset. So, like, it's plan B.
Not probably good.
No.
It'll be too far. There'll be too much interference.
Well, as long as the laptop's close to it, it shouldn't be. Josh says we stream from our phones and mod from the tablet. That's a good way to do it. I don't have a tablet that I could do that with, so. A tablet would be nice, though. A bigger screen would be nice. Well, that's an interesting road sign. No left turn and no U-turn. Put all into one. Look at that. Oh, I zoomed in too far. Interesting. There's the U-turn and left turn lane. Go around to the traffic light. Yeah, I'm not sure what other events will be happening after this one because elections are coming around the corner. So people are going to be busy door knocking and doing all that stuff.
People's Movement Pennsylvania didn't seem to do that much. We didn't have any events since the event around 3rd of July in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I was rather disappointed because they made it seem like we're going to do a lot more stuff, and then it just kind of fell off the face of the planet. Which is weird.
Did the People's Convoy actually have anything going in Pennsylvania?
No. We used to be called the People's Convoy Pennsylvania, but we had to rename ourselves.
We were called hijackers.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Are any of those state groups going?
I don't know.
People's Convoy?
The groups exist. I remember looking up a few states, but they weren't having any activities. I know the New York one still has the name, but they're not associated with them. They kept the name because they got so activated that, they're very, very active. So the TPC United is what it's called. And it's spelled like United, like UNYTED. Yeah. But it's like New York, isn't it? In the name instead of United. It's yeah. You know what I'm trying to say.
No, actually I don't.
You're spelling the word United.
Just stop.
Except instead of an I, it's a Y.
I was so confused.
Instead of an I, it's a Y. United. So UNYTED.
Got it. I finally got it.
Yeah.
It's getting late.
It's getting late. I'm running on very, very little sleep. I'm a happy camper because Princeton won really good today. I got to go to the beach, and I got you to go to the lighthouse, which turned out to be on a Fort Hancock, which was like, wow. I had no idea there was that much stuff out there. I expected it just to be a lighthouse and beach, like both sides. Didn't expect to see barracks and like missiles
And fortifications
and batteries and cannons. Like, it's been a long day.
I think the stuff you were looking at was built in the around 1890.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love history.
Like all military stuff, it became obsolete pretty quick.
Yeah. Josh says we got a mic for the tripod like Oreo has. Is that the one that has what they call like the dead cat screen on it, like the fluffy gray thing that they call a dead cat?
That's the one I was thinking of.
I don't know. It had mixed reviews, so like I debated about it. Some people said it worked good, and other people said it didn't. When I had asked Oreo about microphones at Bunker Hill, he said the downside about using an external mic is sometimes they flake out at you, and you don't know that your mic flaked out, and you lose all your audio. Which kind of made me really like, I don't want to do that, Because losing all your audio at a big event like that would suck. And it's like you won't even know it because it won't tell you while you're streaming that your mic's not working. Because he said it happened to him when he was doing interviews. And he didn't find it out till later when he went to deal with it in post-production and found out it was all quiet. So.
That's rough.
Yeah. So he's like, your best thing is like just get a newer phone. Because I told him my setup. He's like, he told me the best thing would be to get a newer phone. And that'd probably be better than buying a microphone for where I am at this stage. Wizzy kind of was going to give me mic advice at Berkeley Springs. And instead he went on a mission after the people that were protesting the rally. So when those people left the parking lot, he kind of went after them to see what they were up to. So I never got an answer back from Wizzy. I should reach out to First Responder Joe, but he's busy recovering right now with his wife because they were in an auto accident. So, not a good time. Maybe someday I'll reach out. Because I'm sure he would have some microphone ideas. With all the years of experience he's had in the field.
nice smooth road.
Yeah. It is.
Not a terrible amount of traffic on it. Most people take 78. So it's probably more local traffic.
Yeah.
.5 miles to Pennsylvania.
Woohoo! We're almost to the Keystone State. Probably shortly after we get into PA, we'll get some dinner. Because I'm hungry. I'm getting hangry.
Are you?
I think it's the lack of sleep. That's really what it is.
Yeah, you didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah. You said you didn't want to know when I went to bed.
I guess whatever. It's too late.
Too late. Too late that I changed your alarm clock.
You know, I looked at that this morning and I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you had it set for 8:30.
Okay.
I changed it.
You changed it to 9:30?
Yes. I said I need the hour.
I kind of forgot it was 8:30.
Yeah. It was supposed to be get up at 8:30, leave at 10. And I was like, nope, we're doing 9:30, leave at 11.
I looked at that and I thought...
Because then you came into my room. And I'm like, wait, why are you waking me up? Because you're like, when are we leaving?
Well, I wasn't sure. I thought with 9:30 we're leaving at 10:30, so...
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I just... Like, I thought it was...
I thought you didn't want to be late, so...
No, I didn't. Looking back on it, I wish I would have had the extra 30 minutes at the lighthouse, but I needed the 30 minutes of sleep.
I know I actually woke up at 9 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, just get up naturally then.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be better than like going back to bed and be like, ring, 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 as your alarm clock goes off. So, at least that's how my body tends to be. I tend to rather just get up when my body naturally wakes up. Josh says, yeah, it would suck not to have any audio. Yeah, for sure. He's like, oh, yeah, the van with the loud music. Yeah, that was the one at Berkeley Springs.
Oh, yeah, you were there.
Yep. And there was
Isn't that outrageous?
They left in a... What was the car they left in?
The one lady left in a Prius.
That's the one that Wizzy followed. Because he and I were talking. He's like, hold on, I'll be right back. And then he ran out, jumped in his truck, and went after the vehicle. And I never saw him again. So, yeah.
This is why when all that stuff happened on the mall, I had to just cut everybody slack, because can you imagine what it's like to have that abuse day in and day out like they did?
Yeah, it's rough.
I mean, I was annoyed at just what they did during that rally.
Yeah. I don't know how I would have acted in their situation at the mall. I mean, there was a lot of stuff they had to deal with. Josh says, I haven't seen Joe use a mic, but Wizzy, on the other hand, has. Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe Joe would use a mic at some point, but maybe he doesn't. I thought maybe when he was back in California, he did for some of his first responder stuff. Maybe not. Yeah, I wasn't too mad at the people at the music thing at Berkeley Springs, but it might have just been I was too heat stroked to really feel it, like doing anything about it. Because I was handing out muffins and stuff. It was really, really warm that day. I was so focused on streaming and seeing people. Like, yeah, I was annoyed. Like, you could tell the officers were a little bit annoyed, but it's like, it's freedom of speech. Like, they weren't breaking any laws, so they couldn't do anything about it.
guess that's why some of these places, end up doing permits.
Yeah. Never really thought of it that way, but yeah, it makes sense. Like that playground we went to today, you actually have to have a permit for it in the summer to actually be able to park there. It's like a very popular attraction, the handicap playground. Which I can see why. That looked like a lot of fun for kids. For those of you wondering what I'm talking about, if you go back to my stream where I said driving to the beach, you jump in, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. You'll see, while we were in the car still, we drove up to the playground so you could see some of the accessible playground stuff that they had set up. They have different levels for like different levels of disabilities. So it was really cool. And for different ages. They had a section for like 2 to 5 year olds and then older kids section. There wasn't really enough time to get out to check it all out. So we really want to see the ocean.
Yeah, I think we just had enough time too.
Yeah. It was cool. Sunset at the beach. A happy end to a happy day.
West.
Yeah, Josh, the mic that you sent me, that is the one I was looking at. The mobile one with the dead cat.
The dead cat, huh?
Yeah, or the furry windscreen is the other name for it. It's the one that has like the shock mount that you can mount on your tripod too if you want to use it on your tripod. It comes with TRS cable connectors.
So is that a directional microphone?
Yeah. What's nice is it doesn't need any batteries, no external power required. It's a cardioid condenser one. So it focuses on what's in front of the mic instead of what's behind it.
Yeah, I could have used that at Spooky Nook. So the echo in that room was really bad.
It looks like you do have to get a special adapter to use it with the cord. It's $40 apparently. It's probably something we should look into if we don't want to look at for a better camera overall.
Might need both.
Yeah.
Either that or real video camera.
That's what I meant. Like, Ken for Alliance for Liberty has what he calls a DSLR that's meant for live streaming. Now, I don't know if that's the same type that you can use for astro imaging. You know how you need the live viewing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the same technology or if that's something different. I'm not sure.
Safe travel, somebody says.
Oh, how nice.
I can't read it. I don't know who said it.
Oh. On the chat.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'll know in a second.
20 miles to Pennsylvania.
Mumbai says safe travels. Thank you, Mumbai.
So here's where we run onto Route 78.
Josh says we help contribute to the noise with my bullhorn. it was our event, so. Welcome back to 78. We're headed west.
22 and 78.
Yeah. Still New Jersey. For a little longer. Josh says that I bet it would be expensive and possibly difficult to set up different platforms, seeing it would have a small screen to work with, referring to like the camera or the camcorder.
Yeah, you could be right.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you got that like postage stamp size of a screen. I think the phone's small. My phone now is small. That's a lot smaller. It says, between me and Polish Agnes, we were a bit noisy that day. Yeah, I remember she had her bullhorn that day.
Oh, which one was this?
The one where she,
I know she had a horn.
yeah, the horn with the drill modification.
I know she had one at Bunker Hill.
Yeah,
Did she have that with her on Berkeley Springs too?
I think she did.
I think she said somebody stole it.
Yeah, I think someone stole it at Berkeley Springs.
I don't know if it happened there or somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think she mentioned that when she went to Michigan.
Yeah, somewhere, I don't remember where, someone stole it from her, which was sad. I don't know why somebody would do that. The moon's out.
There he is, yeah.
He's
We
guiding
actually
us.
got some clear sky here and there.
He's guiding us home.
Wasn't it just raining 20 minutes ago?
Yeah, it was. I'm not our weather is all over the place today. Cloudy, rainy, rainy. Now it's moonlight.
Now, if you wanted to take old 22, you'd follow Route 173.
Probably skip it for tonight,
Yeah, I was planning on it.
just because of the time. Here's the Clinton Diner. Clinton Station Diner. Yum.
Definitely worth stopping if you're ever on a trip this way.
Yeah, definitely recommend.
They got a lot of selection, and everything we've ever tried there was good. And
Yeah.
they gave you good portions, so if you're hungry, it's a good place to go.
Now we should mention it has been a little while since we've been there,
That is true.
so we don't know if the service has changed over the years. It's probably been 7 years since we've been there, at least.
You think it was that long? Wow.
Well, let's see. I had
You could be right.
I had my IV line, I think, in 2012 and got it out in 2014. So I would think 2016. It might be 7 years, 6 years now. 6, 7 years since we've been there. This was when we were going to New York City for my Lyme doctor. That we'd go there.
That's a trip I don't miss.
Yeah.
Although I miss the diner.
Yeah. Was it the bullhorn that was stolen or drill horn? Josh is asking which one was stolen, the bullhorn or the drill horn?
You know, that I don't know.
I'm not sure. I forget which one she said. I feel like it was the drill. But I would have to go back
was the Blue Water Bridge event.
Blue Water Bridge, sorry.
I don't know what that was called though.
I know Soup Mama was there.
You told me she's stranded in Virginia right now.
Yeah,
because of
she
some
is.
bridge that got washed out.
They were covering an event, the kitchen, in Virginia, and the hurricane took out the bridge that the reefer drove over to get into the event, and there's only one way into the location that's, reefer weight appropriated. Cars can drive over the covered bridge, but the reefer couldn't. And the bridge totally washed out. And apparently they're working with FEMA and everything to get permits to get a temporary bridge put in so they can get out, which is really, really unfortunate. And it's really sad is two of her volunteers, Rob and his family, they got news while they were stranded down there that their house burned to the ground while they were down there. So they lost everything. So this weekend they're holding a convoy for the family in New York. I posted the information on Facebook for those that are interested. They need clothing for the 2-year-old, for him, and his mother's living with him right now. So they need some clothing, food, necessities kind of things. And they're also trying to figure out where they're going to live because their house is condemned. They're not even allowed to go on the property. Unfortunately, they lost one of their fur babies, which is really sad. They were able to rescue one of the fur babies, but the other one didn't make it, which is heartbreaking. I'll see if I can pull up their gifts and go for those that want to help out the family. If you don't have donations.
Our first mountain climb since the beach. Jersey on 78, but it's only 4 in Pennsylvania. You can tell that it needs to be wider in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They're doing all that work on stretches of 78, and it's still going to be 4 lanes when they're done, spending all those millions of dollars. So many warehouses getting built in our region that the traffic's just going up and up.
Can we get off going to Hellertown this way?
Oh yeah, but we have to pay a toll if we go that way.
So you can get off here if you want.
We could take 22 through Phillipsburg and take the free bridge.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was trying to figure out how to avoid the tolls.
Oh, let me think about that. Yeah, okay. If you want to go that route, we can do that. We can get off at Easton.
Because it claims another way you could get off is at 1.3 miles. Take Warren Glen to Stewartsville. It takes you over on Regal Warren Glen Road. Durham Road, which is 212.
Oh, that sounds like a long way to go.
Yeah, it's 19 miles. I just was looking at the map.
This is the exit you're talking about here.
In half a mile, yeah.
That'd take you down to Regalsville.
Not quite. I don't know. Is it Regalsville or Bloomsbury?
I think Bloomsbury is back the other way now.
Bloomsbury is back behind us on the left.
Well, rather than take Old 22, we'll take 22 into Phillipsburg.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we could even pop over to Old 22. I got to think about it. I might recognize it when we get off the highway here. Because I think you end up in the same place, whether you take Old 22 before or afterwards.
Yeah, point 9, it says you got to get off to 22, 122. Phillipsburg Alpha, it says.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to go.
Yeah, definitely want to avoid the tolls. Got to leave New Jersey, you got to pay a toll. We are like, nope, we try to do the freeways.
I thought that was a joke, but it turns out it's true. You have to pay to get out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's so silly. Last exit before the toll plaza, guys.
Some crossings are almost impossible to avoid, like the Hudson River.
Well, yeah.
There's not too many options that are not tolls. Even Route 22 is a toll.
For which one?
If you go stay on 22 and cross the river, that's a toll also.
Yeah, I don't like tolls.
Yeah.
I know the one time I did it to go to Yukon because it saved a lot of time. Because we decided to go up there as like a day trip instead of staying over in a hotel. And it cut out a lot of miles. So like in that regards, that was worth it. Because it's like the price of the toll versus staying overnight. And it's like it's way cheaper to pay the toll.
In that particular case, rather than crossing at the George Washington Bridge, we went north. We took the Palisades Parkway.
Yeah.
It was really early in the day, so there was hardly any traffic, so it was really nice.
It was on a Sunday.
Yeah, we took the Palisades Parkway north. We had to get off, I think it's like the very last exit before the George Washington Bridge. I think that was the exit that was part of the so-called bridge gate situation.
Yeah, I think it was.
I'm trying to remember the name of that town that you go into when you make that, you take that exit.
Oh.
Essentially, you get off right before the bridge, and you make a couple of right-hand turns, and then I think within a half a mile or so, maybe it's a mile, you can get onto the Palisades Parkway north. And you take that up to what was the Tappan Zee Bridge. They rebuilt the Tappan Zee Bridge. I think they renamed it too.
Yeah, it's called something else now.
But it was a cheaper crossing. I think it was only $5 on that versus maybe $15 on the George Washington Bridge. So it's an alternative route for us cheapskates.
I'm trying to figure out where that is on here. Newburgh? Is it Newburgh? No.
Newburgh is the crossing that we often take. If we take Interstate 84, take the more northerly
Yeah,
route.
I'm trying to figure out where that bridge is that we crossed.
Yeah, that's at Newburgh.
No, the paid one.
Yeah, Newburgh
Oh.
on 84.
What's the one that's near New York that we were talking about?
It was the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Oh, I don't know what it's called.
But it's what it's called now. But I think it's the first crossing north
Of what?
of New York City.
Of New York City.
You know, the next crossing north of the George Washington Bridge.
I don't know. The bumps are so hard I can't read the microphone. It's just too hard to read.
This, I think, is Old 22.
There's Fort Lee.
That's the town. You get off at Fort Lee, last exit in New Jersey before you cross the bridge. You're literally coming right up on the bridge.
It runs parallel with 9W
Yeah,
for a little bit. For a while.
yeah, the Palisades Parkway, and then eventually, I think it becomes 9W or runs in and it ends on the 9W.
Yeah. Josh says West Virginia going to Kentucky is bad with tolls. Oh, didn't know that.
Oh, really? I know they have a turnpike.
I don't remember being in West Virginia too much.
When we went through West Virginia, we were going to Louisville. We stayed, where did we stay that night? Near Stanton, I think, in Virginia.
Is it Stanton or Staunton? I think it's Stanton.
It's Stanton.
I'm just pulling your leg. Staunton. I think it's how you spell it.
I think we ended up taking US 60 across most of West Virginia.
Was it West Virginia that we hit the snow in the mountains?
Yeah,
That was cool.
We were heading to Louisville in November.
Couldn't believe my brother slept through that. We tried to wake him up.
He did. He slept through the whole storm.
Yeah, it's like, come on, you look out the window. Snoring in the back seat. Just like, okay, I guess you don't want to see the snow. I was getting really nervous because the roads were getting slick.
Yeah, they were.
And I was just like watching the temperature go down and down. I'm like looking at you. I'm like, this is getting interesting.
It's like, are we going to make it to the game?
Yeah.
Because we were supposed to get to the game. I think the game was 5 o'clock.
We had to get to the hotel first and then get to the game.
Yeah.
We had to get our keys because you had to check in by a certain time to get your keys. And with the game, it might run late. And boy, did it run late.
We were scrambling to get to that game.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the game we almost froze to death at, too.
Yeah, and it went overtime into overtime, and then the turf froze. It was like awful, and then our hotel didn't have like good heat. It was miserable.
Because by the time we got west of Louisville, we were west of the storm, and it cleared up, but it turned cold, and it was clear, and so the turf started to freeze.
Yeah, because it was water-based turf.
Was having a bad night.
I know you can't see it, but there's these really nice railroad bridges up here.
Yeah, we're gonna go right under one of them. It's a really big arched bridge.
Yeah.
It's really pretty, but you can't see anything here.
Not in the dark.
In the dark. There's another video we have out there somewhere that has that.
Yeah.
I think probably when we came back from New Brunswick. From Piscataway, rather.
It was also a rainy day coming back.
Yeah, well, that's a tradition, too. When you go to Rutgers for a game, it rains.
Yeah. Well, at least that one, it held off to after the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So. But we knew going into today that there was a high likelihood of getting wet, so we came prepared. We brought our rain jackets, brought our umbrellas, brought our layers.
We needed it all.
Yeah, I should have brought gloves. That was the only thing I forgot.
It got kind of chilly with the breeze and the rain.
Yeah.
Even though it was around 60 degrees, it was feeling chilly.
We weren't moving around, so it would get cold. Mile 0.
I can't see.
Blinded lights.
That's the downside of the night driving, is it's getting harder to see. Plus the headlights are brighter.
Yeah. Josh says that's exactly where we live. Where were you talking about in West Virginia?
Stanton.
Oh, Virginia, Stanton. Oh, I didn't know that. I know you were in Virginia, but I wasn't sure where.
We used to like to stop and stay at a place in Waynesboro when we would travel south.
And unfortunately, that place went downhill.
Yeah, it did go downhill.
Which was a shame. It was a nice place.
But that was always a good stopping point, so that the next day, we could travel the Blue Ridge Parkway south. Remember going to the Natural Chimneys Regional Park?
Yeah, that was cool.
That was up closer to Harrisonburg.
Went there with Grandma. Grandma was with
It's some
us.
of our favorite country, that whole area.
I love the horse country in Virginia. It's gorgeous. I love the fences, the horses, the hay bales. Like, it's just gorgeous. And you got the Blue Ridge Parkway. I mean...
Dr. Malone lives the horse country.
Yeah, he does. It's just a beautiful state. It really is. North Carolina is a beautiful state too. The Blue Ridge Parkway. I think I'm gonna wrap this stream up once we get into Pennsylvania because our hotspot's almost dead. And the other one's in the trunk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No charger for it?
Well, I have a charger cord. It's just, unfortunately, I have to have the battery bank on my lap because the cord is short. It's not very long.
It's up to you. Just finding a freeway into Pennsylvania.
It's going to complain like every percent now that it gets below 15%. It's going to beep every percent bar. So we're at 13%. Oh, man.
It feels warmer in here, too.
I was going to say, did it just get really warm all of a sudden?
I think it's definitely warmer now that we're further from the coast.
It's only 58, though. Why does it feel warmer than that? Maybe it's humidity.
We're down to Delaware Valley, technically, following the Delaware River. That's where we're going to cross into Pennsylvania.
Hey, John. John says, always enjoy your rides. It's like we're going along with you. That's the idea. You guys are riding in the car with us.
Yeah, making our way through Phillipsburg right now. Trying to save on that toll bridge. Those cheapskates that don't want to pay the tolls. I just kind of object to it in general.
Yeah. I like this bridge. It's like Iron Gate Bridge. Hey, John, did you catch any of the earlier videos today when we went to visit Fort Hancock and the lighthouse? And then we went to the beach after the game. Josh is like, you'll have to pull over and get it out of the trunk. Yeah, we could do that.
That's up to you.
I don't know if there's a good spot yet. I guess if you see a good spot, we could do that.
It would help if I didn't have somebody on my butt.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got 2 tailgaters right now.
Well, when we cross over to Easton, should there be a spot? There's a little park where the Lehigh River and the Delaware River come together, not too far from here. It's kind of neat to go visit. I got a fish ladder you can go look at.
Oh yeah, I like that place.
Yeah, I used to stop there a lot when you guys were young.
I love the little fishies.
A nice break. Kids always love going for a little walk like that and check out the fish ladder.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever saw any fish in it though, did we?
I think we did the one time. Josh says, Stan, Waynesboro, Harrisonburg, it's all nice. Even Buena Vista if you were to go that far. Yeah, Buena Vista is nice as well.
Oh yeah, Buena Vista. Right on Route 60. I remember we were, your brother and I were heading, we were heading south, I think, on the Parkway, weren't we? We were going to be picking you up. You were visiting. I got to think about this here, what I'm doing.
Welcome to Pennsylvania, guys. The
Yeah.
Keystone State.
Where everything's under construction.
For the next 1,000 miles.
So we just crossed the Delaware River.
I joke about the 1,000 miles. Depends on which side of the state you're going on. We are a very big, chunky state. What road are you looking for?
I'm just thinking, can I make a left turn into this parking area? I don't know if I can.
Just go to the gas station.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's an option, I guess.
Might be easier. I'm not sure where you turn into the gas station. Maybe here?
Maybe.
Just go to the left. That guy is angry. He's on a mission, apparently.
Are you getting out?
Yes, I'm gonna get out and grab it from the trunk. Because I know where it is.
Need the flashlight. Yeah, so we're on Route 611. We're going to be crossing We have to cross the Lehigh River because we're right where the confluence of the Lehigh and the Delaware rivers are.
So he's all in a hurry to go inside.
Yeah, whatever. That's the beauty of America, the freedom to be in a hurry.
Yeah. I was surprised. I got out of the car and there's like, boom, there's a pedestrian right there. It's like, where did you come from? Didn't even see him.
But the Buena Vista story was, your brother and I were heading south to North Carolina. You were visiting my niece in the Raleigh area. You were staying with them for a while. And we were coming down and we were gonna meet somewhere, right? Pick you up? Yeah, that's how we were gonna do it. We were gonna meet in Lynchburg. And we were on the Parkway. We were heading south. We were south of Buena Vista, so we were south of the US Route 60 crossing. And it was getting dark. And we saw a couple of dogs running along the road just by themselves. And we wondered, what's up with that? And we thought, well, are these dogs lost? So we turned around and we went back, and the dogs were still there. I gotta think about what I'm doing right here. I think we don't turn left. I think we go straight.
You're in the straight lane.
So we go back. The dogs are friendly. There's nobody around. So the dogs agree to get in the car, essentially. So we put stuff down and try to protect the seats a little bit because they're pretty big dogs. And they're kind of wet from the dew, I guess. But we drove into Buena Vista. We went back to Route 60, came down off the mountain, went to Buena Vista. I think we called. I think we found there were tags on the dogs, and so we called the number, and I think initially we weren't successful, but then somebody did pick up, and it turned out that was the dog's owner. So we met them. I think there was a Hardee's in Buena Vista. So we just rendezvoused at the Hardee's, and they were really thrilled about us picking up their dogs. I guess they had been up on the Parkway looking for them, and they couldn't find them because we grabbed the dogs.
Yeah.
So I guess it would have worked out for us to not do that, but we didn't know.
Yeah.
So they're real happy.
It's better that you rescued them, rather than leaving them out there.
So we knew how you're kind of not, dog dander and all is not so good for your allergies.
Yeah, because I'm allergic.
So we stayed in Bedford that night. Which way do I go? Did I go to the right?
Well, you're going to the right now.
Yeah, I guess I am. I think this is right. And so we went to bed. We stayed outside of Bedford, and then the next day we went into Bedford and we bought some cleaning supplies, and we worked on some detail cleaning on the back seat. It wasn't that bad, but...
Yeah. I just remember opening the back door to get in the car. I'm like, yuck. Why did you spray the car with cleaning supplies? I'm like, I don't like the smell of cleaning supplies, guys. Like, it gives me headaches.
Yeah.
And then you told me this story, and I'm like, oh, okay, I forgive you now.
Well, we were worried the dogs were going to get hit up on the Parkway at night in the dark, but the owner was saying that they've had this happen with their dogs before, that they just like to go roaming up the mountainside.
Yeah. Going for a walk. Be back. Yeah, it was cool that you guys were able to find the owners, though. Josh says, shouldn't the taxes and lottery cover the highway maintenance without having to pay the tolls? Yeah, that's a good point.
I think part of the problem is that these tolls are run by these quasi-governmental agencies, between the states, and like all governments, they don't want to give up their power. It's like the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Why are we still doing turnpikes and tolls? Why isn't that just another highway?
Yeah. Josh says, I grew up in Buena Vista. That's where I'm originally from. Yep, the Hardee's is at the intersection of 60 and 501.
Yes, that's where 501 starts. Because we've taken 501 a number of times to go towards Bedford. I love that twisty, turny route along the James River. Or I guess it ends up along the James River. With all the S-curves on 501.
You said the dogs liked riding in the car, that they were chill with it.
They were chill with everything. It's like, hey, whatever. Yeah, we'll ride along.
Sure. Kind of reminds me of Simon. When we picked Simon up, he loved the car. It's like normally cats don't like cars. Simon seemed to like the car. It's like, can I be out of my carrier and walk around? No. As much as you like it, no.
I got to ride my bicycle on this road before it was open.
Yeah.
From where we just got on the highway. I started at the Hellertown end and went this way, the other way, and then backtracked on this side. It's like a 20-mile ride. It was kind of neat. Brand new roadway. No traffic, just people with bikes.
Yeah.
Kids with bicycles with training wheels on them.
It'd be funny. Obviously, they didn't go all the way, but yeah. The moon is guiding us home tonight.
Yeah, that's a really nice area in Virginia. On and off the parkway.
I think if I had to choose a state to move to, like thinking about states to move to, I think that would probably be one on my list to consider. Would be Virginia.
I'm guessing it's a bit hotter though than what we have here in the summer.
Yeah, probably.
And
I
guess to be a little much for us here.
I mean, I like New York. New York State can be really pretty. New York politics I don't like. The thing is, if you get further north in New York, the winters get really rough. And even in parts of New York, they can get really rough. Now, one friend says I should try going out to like New Mexico and Arizona and try living out there. See if having the lower humidity helps my joint pains. Since rain and stuff really affects my joints.
It's another reason to take the trip for the eclipse next year.
Yeah.
There's an annular solar eclipse in the southwest. I think it's next October.
Well, I guess it's always good when the police officers pass you on the right.
Yeah, you know you're good.
Yeah.
You're not going too fast.
Josh says, it's crazy that you guys are familiar where I grew up. Yeah, my dad's done a decent amount of traveling.
Yeah, we traveled through that area fairly often.
It's partly because we have family in North Carolina, and also either you could say I dragged my dad or my dad took me. Depending on how you look at it, to field hockey games. And a lot of times the playoffs and games can be in Virginia or North Carolina.
So any excuse to take the Blue Ridge Parkway route, we like to take.
Yeah.
Route 11 is nice too. I like that. That stretch of highway, I'm trying to think what route number it is, between Front Royal and Waynesboro. That's a nice drive too. You go through Luray on the way.
I don't remember.
Where you cross Route 33 there at the Swift Run Gap. And we also like at least I like the east side as well. Going along the Blue Ridge Sperryville, Madison, and then you get to Charlottesville then. So Thornton's Gap, Swift Run Gap, Rockfish Gap. I remember many years ago at the top of Rockfish Gap, there was a Howard Johnson's restaurant. I remember eating there with my mom long ago. That was the first time I ever went that direction. I was heading to Texas for work as a temporary assignment. So I kind of made it a travel vacation. Work gave me, I think, 5 days to do the traveling, so we did a little sightseeing on the way. It was in December. We ended up hitting a snowstorm. I'm running out of lane here. It's got 8 inches of snow in southern part of Virginia. We stayed in Wytheville, some little motel near Wytheville, I think it was. And the next day, or the next morning, we go out there and the car's completely covered in all this snow.
That had to be quite the surprise.
Yeah, so we were on Route 11. It wasn't plowed. So we thought, we'll be better off getting on Interstate 81. Well, that road was a mess. And we got to Bristol. And we said, well, we should put chains on the car. So we stopped at some gas station. And we were waiting, and finally I just like, let's just go. Because if the next day, after the morning, it kind of cleared up, the sun was starting to come out. It's like, you know what, maybe we can just drive through this. But then when we finally got into Tennessee, it turned out that Route 40, I think we ended up on 75 for a bit. I'm not sure, I might have the interstate numbers wrong, but the roads were in terrible shape. And when we ended up stopping for the evening, we were talking to somebody, and they said, yeah, Tennessee basically has one snowplow for the entire state because we usually don't get this kind of weather.
That's funny.
But I think the last chunks of snow and ice fell off the car somewhere in Mississippi.
Josh says the parkway is pretty any time of the year, this time of year. He's like, is the route number you're trying to remember 340?
Yeah, I think so.
Good old Charlottesville. That's where my doctors are at UVA Hospital. Yeah, 340.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Don't forget to get off.
Oh, we're going to get off here.
Yeah. We don't only get off here, that's why I reminded you. Sometimes you go on autopilot. My wife has told me about that story about the one plow. She's from the Nashville area.
Yeah, we were near Nashville that night. Murfreesboro, I think it was.
Hey, Joshua Richardson. Good to see you. Did you have a good day, Josh? Josh, meet Josh. Josh, this is Josh. Josh is Richardson's my original mod who helped me out with a lot of beta testing for my gimbal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's been very busy lately with work, so it's good to see him back.
Oh, is he from the Louisiana area? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
I think so. Josh Richardson, you're from the Louisiana area, right? Or did we got that wrong? I know you're in the South. It's either Louisiana or Alabama. I can't remember. I do know you work for baseball stadiums. That much I do remember. know you've had a very, very busy season.
On that same trip I was talking about going with my mom, we ended up going through Louisiana. We ended up just kind of stumbled across this on the maps, the Natchez Trace Parkway. And I was completely unfamiliar with the Natchez Trace then. The road wasn't completely finished. There were sections of it that weren't built. But we picked up on the Natchez Trace Parkway in Tennessee, and we headed southeasterly. So we went through the corner of Alabama and then into Mississippi. Stayed one night in Mississippi. And I think the next day we went all the way to, I was heading to Houston in Texas.
Did you end up using your full 5 days to get there?
I think so. But, they might have included a weekend, so maybe not quite. I think I took 5 days, but that included a weekend, so maybe a little less than the allotted time.
Josh from Virginia says, I covered Lehigh and all those areas when I delivered Pepsi. Oh, cool. You've had a lot of interesting jobs over the years, it sounds. I think you said you're into lawn care kind of stuff now, right? Or at least that's what you were doing earlier this summer. Though I don't know with the drought how well that went, because a lot of people ended up not cutting their grass so much with the drought, depending on where you live, if you had the drought anyway.
Seems like a lot of areas did.
Yeah. It's spotty though. Like it can be, 5 miles down the road, it looks very different, We notice that just around where we live. Like some fields look okay with the crops and others look devastated. So I don't know. Guess the luck of the draw on the thunderstorms today. This year. Words are getting hard.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't like how hot that's getting.
It's getting hot.
My battery bank.
Is it?
Yeah. Feel that.
Yeah, a little warm. Blow some air on that.
Well, the thing is feel this adapter. That's the hot spot trying to charge.
Oh, it's really drinking the power, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess it needs to switch to a different one.
I guess it should. Yeah.
How much did that charge up already?
It's up to 20% now. Josh says, I'm still doing some, but I also have 2 trailers and moving dollies, so I offer haul-offs and deliveries along with moving. Oh, wow. I don't know. That smells too hot to me. Turn it to a vent.
Ow. Pennsylvania potholes. A lot of the shore roads in New Jersey are rough, too.
I don't think it likes charging the hotspot.
Too much current draw.
Yeah. At least on this battery bank. I mean, it doesn't smell good. It smells hot. Hopefully it didn't mean it just failed. It's never gotten that hot with charging the phone.
I don't know.
I didn't bring the other battery banks. They're on the kitchen table, so it's the only one I got with me tonight.
Well, we can cool it down a bit. We're using it for anything. You planning to go in?
Yeah.
If the lobby's open?
If the lobby's open, yeah. Park under the seizure light.
Seizure light.
Just last week, I took an old washer and dryer to a scrapyard for someone. I think Jen is going to get admitted tonight. She's waiting for the admitting doctor. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Josh.
Yeah, that's a lousy situation you got to deal with.
Do you want to tell me what you want?
Surprise me.
All right. This is horrible. Seizure light.
It's like Halloween. It's like we're in the Haunted Mansion here with the
Yeah.
flashing lights.
Feels that way. I don't know. I've never felt it get that hot before, so that's concerning. There's on the left port. So I don't know.
Where's the cord for charging this guy?
Careful, you don't get stuck in the drink. This one. This isn't the original cord, though. That's a new cord that I bought on Amazon, so...
Does it matter which port?
No, but I could give you the original cord. I don't know if that'd make a difference. Let me find the original cord.
Well, if it just keeps some cool air on it.
Well, the thing is, I wonder if it's overheating. It's not the right cord. I can't find the cord.
Why would the wrong cord be a problem? What would make the cord wrong?
I don't know, the temperature resistance or whatever. This is the right cord that came with it.
Spot.
For sure.
So you're thinking the cord's not rated,
For the charging current.
and so the cord itself was what was
I'll
getting
leave
hot?
here.
Placing your order. And small fries. Large 5 down. Aren't that good on certain devices? It's true. Maybe that was the case. Is that the cord wasn't rated for the current and it got a little warm.
They claimed they were open, but I was complaining about the signal now.
Oh, sorry.
A 3.5 bundle, what? McDonald's has a 3.5 bundle, double cheeseburger, small fry McChicken, small fry chicken nuggets.
Mr. Verizon wants to be on the dash.
He needs to be kept cool.
All right.
I'll just not charge the iPhone for a while.
I guess it's the...
I'll have to give you the money back.
Oh, you just keep that, I guess, for the next time.
Breaking up big time right there. Okay, so yeah. I guess whatever you were doing was killing starters.
Hugging a hot spot.
Hugging the hotspot, are you? Yeah, alright,
Live with Josh will put in his order.
yeah, I saw. I gotta look at the menu. I don't know what they have. I'm probably gonna get the 2 for $3.50 and a large fry. And cookie tote. I should have gotten the drinks out of the trunk. Barb. Let me look at the menu first.
We brought drinks.
Yeah, they're in the trunk though.
So did you think you want to get?
The McDoubles, probably. If they have the 2 for $3.50. I just won't be able to get my special request of adding tomato and lettuce because I'm not inside. Which is a bummer. Much better. Yeah, it's back on the dash, Josh. And a large fry. And let's see, where is their deals?
I don't know.
There it is, 2 for $3.50. Mix and match McDoubles.
Where are you looking?
It's on the right, all the way on the right, under 2 for $3.50. Mix and match under the $1, $2.
How can I help you?
Menu.
Hi, I want to get the McDouble, the 2 for $3.50 mix and match. I want to get 2 of those, so a total of 4 McDoubles.
4 McDoubles.
2 large fries.
Can you make them fresh?
Can you make those fresh?
Of course.
And a chocolate chip cookie tote. And that'll be it.
Alright. Just give me 1 second. Alright, there we go. You're supposed to be $19.05 at the first window then. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
You can ask them for the lettuce and tomato at the window if you want. Or you can just skip it. Here's the 5 cents.
Are you really going to make me do that through a drive-thru?
Well, that's why I said if you want. I was gonna go in to order it special. Yeah, some of them don't have the 2 for $3.50 deal. I like it when they let me add the lettuce and tomato. That's why I was trying to go in. But they wouldn't let me in.
All right, here's 20 and 5.
They're just not as good without it. Yeah.
Yes, please. All right, thanks.
Oh, humbug.
Humbug.
Yeah. I would have asked. I just pop the trunk. I'll go get the drinks. Since we're not gonna be moving anything.
We need an alignment.
Hmm?
I think we need a...
Fix on the phone. Yeah. A little bit messed up there, I guess. It's getting too hot on the dash.
Is it?
Yeah, the phone's gonna start overheating.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Feel it, it's hot.
Get some airflow going.
What happened to the hand sanitizer?
I don't know where that went.
It just fell out of the car.
I hope not. Did we lose it?
I don't know. It's probably like under my chair. Yeah.
Is it? There you go.
If they make us park, I'll go in and see if I can get the toppings.
How do you go in when
They have to come out with the food. Right?
Won't it be too late then?
No, because I always ask for it on the side. They put it in cardboard. Tomatoes and lettuce. There you go. Josh is like, burgers, fries, and cookies. Yes. Fortunately, it's vibrating because the car's running the air.
No, it's not.
Well, running the fan is what I meant.
I don't know what it's running.
Oh, the defrost. Isn't that running
It's
something?
just blowing air though.
It's not something special. I don't know then. Here we go.
Hey, man, cookies will be right out, okay?
Okay, sure, thanks. Yeah, it's got me wondering what is loading the car down.
White lights, all right? There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good night. Take it easy.
All right, take care.
No bag. No bag.
Lightning service.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Because when you're asleep,
Hmm?
don't drive off right away. I gotta pour this water. Alright. I don't know what the vibration is then.
Good to go?
Yep. Yep. Here's a burger, Josh. Here's some fries. And I'll give you some cookies when you finish that. Healthiest dinner, but it's food. Sorry, I should check traffic and make sure there's no issues on 78.
Yeah, there might be construction on 78.
There might be.
That might be the other direction.
Well, it's not showing it slow, so that's good.
I should have tried going the other way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Can you get to it? I don't know if you can. Oh, well. It is what it is. Drink half of that and drink half of the other one.
What are they?
Coke is one and water is the other.
Ah.
I'm trying to get you a burger, but they're all on the bottom. It's not very
Long enough here
easy to get to.
on the outside. Well, the phone should be cooler at least.
Yeah.
So the plan for tomorrow is to head to the Poconos for this event on Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little bit of touring in the Poconos during the daylight. Oh, another place I stopped on the way through Virginia on that first trip was a Natural Bridge.
Yep.
That was back when it was a commercial operation. I don't think it's commercial anymore, is it? It's is it a park? Not sure.
I'm not sure.
another place I had visited on that trip was a natural tunnel. That's in the very southwest part of the state, Virginia. In fact, I went there the day after that snowstorm. We stayed in Wytheville, and then we went to Bristol, and then after waiting for getting chains for the tires and giving up on it, we went west and stopped at the natural tunnel. I remember walking into there. There was some kind of a power line that was down because of the storm, so you couldn't park, but you could park along the road, and it was fairly accessible from the road. So just walked in from there. And that was really neat.
Josh says, honestly, you can say I visit the McDonald's in Winchester and Inwood quite a bit because I'm a picky eater and didn't always eat what was prepared at Bunker Hill. Open Mountains, that should be a fun trip. He said it's a state park now.
Okay. I remember the last time we went to the Natural Chimneys, we had to pay to go in there. I guess we were too close to being in season.
He says we took our Christmas photos in the lobby of the Natural Bridge Hotel one year. Well, that's cool.
George Washington carved his initials into the Natural Bridge. I remember staying in Galax, Virginia once on a vacation trip, just for one night. Bedford was one of our favorite spots for staying. Going up to the peaks of Otter.
Yeah, I like that.
Hiking up the Sharp Top. Do you remember at the James River on the Blue Ridge Parkway that you could walk underneath the parkway? Over the James River on the bridge?
Yeah. It was like under the bridge.
Yeah. Right under the bridge.
Yeah. I just remember how loud it was when the bridge deck would get hit by the trucks. Like the seams on the bridge. Like the bumps.
I don't think there's any trucks allowed in the parkway.
Like the vehicles. You know? Like pickup trucks and stuff. Hitting the metal seams. It was a metal bridge, right? Like part metal?
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember. I'm sure it sounded loud no matter what went across over top of you.
I seem to remember there was a lot of metal on it, but I could be wrong.
definitely a lot of trips in that area. Definitely like that area. Mabry Mill. You were there a couple of years ago, I
I
think?
love Mabry Mill. It's an awesome place.
A nice long chat with the ladies that did the spinning wheel.
Yeah, it was really cool. They actually let me show me how to do it. Like how they, I don't know what they call the process, but over, under.
Was that the weaving?
Yeah. Josh says, I haven't been to the bridge in years, but now that Jen's getting around better, we may have to go check it out. She's never been. I've been to all those areas, but the trip to Bedford and Martinsville I'm not a fan of. Nothing commercials allowed on the parkway. I meant more like pickup trucks, not like trucks. I just remember it was really, really loud.
I don't think you could really see what was going over you.
No. I guess you could say it was a child's imagination of what you thought was going over you. You know?
Yeah, I guess it's been a long time since you did that walk.
Wasn't Grandma still around?
Yeah, I guess I know she was the last.
Yeah, so that would have been, I was really little, so that's probably why my memory is a little bit,
That would have been late 90s then.
yeah, so that was a while ago. That would have been over 22 years ago.
Mabry Mill was a little more recent.
Yeah. Josh says, how much farther? Are we there yet? We got probably about, what do you say, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on how the construction is. A good 30 minutes, probably. I'll give you a cookie, one for every mile, right? Every few miles. Let's see, how many are in the box? 13. So, what, every 2.5 miles?
We might have a sunny day tomorrow.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see the colors. It's supposed to dry out, but we'll see. Oh, don't worry, Josh. I got you covered. We got water and Coke in the car. He says he's thirsty from the salty fries.
You know they are salty tonight. How do you know that?
Magic. You don't want mine. I didn't know they were salty and I put my salt on it.
Ah. Oh boy.
So
You're in
I
salt.
got super salt.
You got super salted fries now.
Yeah.
So this is the Lehigh Valley. We're just crossing South Mountain now. 309 and 78 running together here. This was the original alignment of the 309 bypass. And when 78 was built, they widened the highway from 4 to 6 lanes.
Oh, I got our email response about the sound.
Oh, good.
For the dinner, they can definitely give us an audio feed. It'll be at XLR. Since Robert's not going to be at the church, he has to ask the tech team at the church. didn't put extra salt on yours, Josh. Here's some extra napkins. You can rub it off. I don't do the amount of salt my cardiologist suggests, though. He wants an insane amount.
Is that really a good idea?
If it's really low, I do it based on how I'm feeling.
Do you find it makes a difference?
Oh yeah. It makes a world of difference. I tend to put it on my fries because it's an easier way to eat it. Because I don't like salt on other things like vegetables and stuff I don't care for. But today because we were traveling so much, I didn't, you know how I normally drink my electrolytes? Like at least 2 a day?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do that today, so that and the lack of sleep, I kind of feel it.
You just crossed the little Lehigh Creek.
I prefer to do the electrolyte method because, too much salt is a bad thing too. So you can imbalance your other electrolytes, so.
Lehigh Valley Hospital on our left.
Yeah.
The site of our first mandate protest.
Yep. Support the right to choose.
You were telling me about some dreadful laws they're passing in Australia about that.
Western Australia. Yeah, Western Australia is trying to pass a draconian law. Which I don't really want to go into because it's not passed fully yet, so
Yeah.
the language, you have to really read it. On the right, we got Dorney Park, the land of roller coasters. Oh, the Ferris wheel's all lit up tonight. So is Steel Force, and I don't know the one that drops you. The one that imitates an elevator. I don't like that one. I never go on it, but
Remember going on that in Disney World?
oh, bad idea.
What was that? Tower of Terror?
Yeah, that one wasn't as bad, but this one was rough. I know they do haunted stuff for the parks, so I'm guessing that's probably started with it being October.
And I was wondering about that, given it's a weeknight.
I don't know what days they normally do it on.
I remember the one night you were riding home with Eric the mechanic, right?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Did you stay up till you got home?
No, I didn't. He had like 3 more hours ahead of him, I think. And it was already really late for us. I think we had an early day or something the next day. And it was like 3 a.m. our time, so I would have had to stay up till 6. I think he was in Indiana and he was going to Wisconsin. So he had a ways to go. He almost forgot to get gas because he was so distracted by us chatting with him.
I remember that.
He almost forgot to get gas.
You went to the event in DC, right? The 10-4, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called?
I think it was called 10-4. Oh, jeez. Josh, maybe you remember. Do you remember the event that just happened this weekend in DC? The trucker one? It's the 10-4 something. It's where the truckers are trying to get people to become more aware about trucking and the issues in the industry. It's called 10-4 DC. Thank you.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember that.
Well, let's hope we don't run over a car bumper tonight.
Yeah, we had a close call here the one night.
Oh, look, there's sparks.
Some real work going on there. You want to get off here or New Smithville?
Whatever you want to do. You're the one driving.
Let's get off at Fogelsville. Route 100.
Just remember the ramp is short because of the construction. With the curves. Josh says I wanted to attend 10-4, but we didn't get to. Yeah, I know Agnes went. She said it was a mixed bag. She liked some of it, but she also got harassed, so.
Did she?
The critter convoy, as we call them, harassed her.
Oh, really? They were there. What are they doing at that event?
They were stalking 1776 related people.
I guess I just don't get that.
I don't either. I know Agnes interviewed Marcus, and then I know she was getting tips from some of her mods about where some of the critters were, because the critters were trying to ambush her.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I
Wow.
don't know if that's how she ended up getting a strike on her account. 'Cause someone ended up purposely talking about things you're not allowed to talk about, and she got a strike on her account, so she lost the whole interview. So that kind of sucked. Yep, Josh, you're right. DOA and the gang was there. We call them the Critter Convoy. Though maybe Critter Crew is better. Or just the critters. I wish they'd just leave them alone.
Do they have a mission statement?
I don't know. Like harassment, I guess. I don't get their point of what they're doing. crashes. I didn't see any footage of Brian Brazzi being there, though. I don't know. He did say he was going to go, but I don't know if he ever did go. I haven't had a chance to watch any of the 10-4 footage, so I don't know.
How about Mike? Remember Mike?
I remember Mike. I don't know if he was there either.
It says old 22 we're on now. Leaving the little town of Fogelsville. Driving into the blurry darkness.
Literally. Put a sticker of the moon on, right? How you put a sticker on? I thought there was a way to do it.
This was what reminds me of what was neat about going to Sandy Hook, New Jersey at night. There was just no lights out there. Something crossing the road. Oh, we got more than one.
Yeah. There, we got a little moon to keep us company. I've never actually played with the stickers
It's
before.
pointing the wrong way.
I don't know if I can rotate it. I've never played with stickers before.
Oh, you can rotate it, huh?
Apparently. Doesn't look so good now. Looks like a banana. After the way they acted in DC and outside of Bunker Hill, they are totally against them allowing the two pedos staying at Bunker Hill while women and children were around. That was the whole problem with 1776. They claim anyone associated with 76 allowed it to take place, even though nobody could do anything about it except for David. I don't understand, you know. Whoops. Wrong button.
There really weren't a lot of kids around, though, were there?
No. And
prison escapees, were they?
Not that I was aware of, but I don't really know.
They
the
were
details.
convicted and served their terms, right, in prison?
As far as I know. They have even called us pedo protectors. Yeah, I saw that. That's just dumb. I think some people just took it way too...
So I guess that's a crime that if you commit, you're forever banished from society?
So,
As far as I know, they weren't running a girl.
I mean, they served their time. Do I think they should be in the movement? No. Probably best not to. But only David can decide what he wants in or not in his movement.
Well, I don't know. If you believe in freedom, do you believe in freedom for former prisoners that have served their time and met the requirements? It's an interesting question, isn't it? How come some crimes are never forgiven? Well, I can see why you wouldn't forgive murder. But then, wouldn't you want to lock those people up for life?
A lot of people would say they'd want the death penalty.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you got the whole false accusations too.
Example?
Well, the one person that they're talking about in 1776 supposedly had a nasty divorce. And supposedly the ex-wife put the child up to it.
Oh, okay.
And she
Well,
admitted it all when she turned 18, but it's all sealed. So,
yeah, which unfortunately means it's all anecdotal evidence.
I mean, the guy can pay to get it unsealed, but I guess they want an arm and a leg for it. At least that's what David was saying. I can't verify any of this. This is all stuff that David said, so. Josh says, I understand that they wouldn't want them alone around women and children, but they weren't alone and wouldn't be able to commit any crimes. Well, that's the thing, is everybody was under supervision. Wow.
Yeah, it's not like they were running a Girl Scout summer camp or something that parents were entrusting their children to these people. Any children that were there were supervised by
Their parents.
a parent, right?
Or a caregiver. And once they left, like, why didn't the critter crew leave, you know? Like, okay, they're gone. You can go home now. But they don't leave. So. I think they're paid agitators, to be honest. Josh, there's a good chance that the service will drop up here when we go down in the valley. Just let you know. Verizon tends to not be a fan.
We shall see. Yeah, it goes back to my, what's their mission statement?
Just destroy 1776 is what I would guess. Because that's the only logical explanation I can come up with for what they're doing. For whatever reason, they don't want them to succeed.
So then I presume they're against freedom, or at least the freedom that we believe in.
Well, I remember Wizzy had one of them on his show once, and they just couldn't answer simple questions. He was trying to explain it to them, but they didn't understand.
I guess you'd have to watch their stuff to get an idea of what they're all about.
I'd rather watch something else.
Respect them for going into DC and doing what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, at least they held true to their word.
Too bad there wasn't more support. It's amazing how many people don't know what's going on. They have no idea that it was there.
Yeah.
I think there was such a letdown with TPC that people just moved on to other things to grab their attention. And I know here in Pennsylvania there's been a lot of activity at the local level.
Yeah, we have a lot of groups, a lot of grassroots groups.
So I'm guessing there just wasn't enough interest to do anything at the national level. I guess people may have concluded that it wasn't worth it, that it's not going to go anywhere. Too dangerous.
It was also really hot. I mean,
really hot, middle of summer, first vacation for some people in several years. I mean, I guess there's still some people still locking themselves up, but
yeah.
A lot of people really, for the first time, doing stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to end the stream for the day. We've hit the 3-hour mark.
Downtown Crumsville, here we are.
The Blinky.
Crossing Route 737.
Josh, I wish your wife all the best. I hope they figure it out. Keep me updated if you don't mind. Keep her in my thoughts and prayers that they find some answers that work. Hope you're able to get some sleep too. I know how rough it can be having a loved one in the hospital and trying to get sleep for both of you. It's tough. So just don't run yourself down. Thanks to everybody who came along for the rides today. Hope you enjoyed one of our videos today. We had a nice trip to the Fort Hancock lighthouse area.
What's the name of the lighthouse? Never mind.
I already forgot.
It's the oldest lighthouse in the United States.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Sandy Hook.
Is it
Sandy
called?
Hook Lighthouse.
Is that what it is? Sandy
Yeah.
Hook Lighthouse? Okay.
I believe it's Sandy Hook Lighthouse. But it's part of a bigger park. But it's also part of the Fort Hancock area.
It's under the National Park Service, actually.
All good, Josh. I was just saying, I hope you take care of yourself, and hopefully your wife was able to get some answers. We're gonna wrap up the live stream for tonight because we're getting close to home, and I gotta start packing up the car so we can, get ready for tomorrow. And you know how it goes. You get home, you got stuff to do, and it's been a long day. I mean, we got up. Well, I got up around 10:30. I don't even know what time it is now. Hey, Kimberly. You're hopping on just as I was about to say goodbye. We're almost home, Kimberly. The plan is tomorrow we're going to hopefully get up early enough to go. We're headed to the Poconos. Hopefully going to go see Lake Wallenpaupack. Lake blah, blah, blah.
It's a mouthful. Wallenpaupack.
I'm tongue-tied at this point. Lake Wallen... What is it?
Wallenpaupack.
Wallenpaupack.
Yeah. Wallenpaupack.
Yeah, Lake Wallenpaupack. Want to try to see that in the daytime. Hopefully there'll be some nice colors. I don't know, but hopefully it'll be sunny or at least dry, so the stream will be a little bit nicer than driving in the rain like it was today. And then it'll be exciting. Hopefully we can meet up with one of our mods tomorrow, American Girl, for dinner. That would be cool if that works out. And then check into our hotel for the event, and then we got to get up really early on Friday. We got to get up probably 6:30 in the morning.
We need to be there by 7, don't we?
We got to be there at the church by 7 to set up, so it's going to be a long Friday. Send caffeine. We're going to need it. And then cover the Save the Nation conference from 8:30 to 5:30. And then we cover the special election ice cream dinner from 6:30 to 9:30. All that can be found on the Faith. What is the website again? Faith.
It's an easy thing to remember if we can only remember it.
My goodness. freedomfaithandfamily.org is the website. So if you haven't already bought tickets and you want to still come on Friday, you still can. I believe it's $65 or $69 for the one at the church in Newfoundland, Pennsylvania, and then the one that's at the Rod of Iron Freedom Festival ground is $50 for the dinner. So if you can't make it, make sure you check out the live stream. We'll be live streaming, if all goes well, on Lions for Liberty, all one word, on Rumble. And then also on my Rumble channel, which will be Gwenny7, GWYNNY7. And then also on YouTube as Gwenny7. And then on Facebook as Gwen's Notes. And thank you, Kimberly, for grabbing the links, because my brain is mush at this point. Josh says I'll be looking for the coverage. Will that be here or on Rumble? I will be doing both, Josh. Not sure if you know that YouTube only allows 3 uploads or streams per 24 hours to give notifications. The rest have no notifications. Oh. I didn't know that. Thanks for the tip, Kimberly. I didn't realize. I'll let you finish posting the links, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Like I said, the plan is to go live on the way to the Poconos, assuming the service holds, because we all know how it can be going over the hills and through the woods. Cell service can be a bit spotty, so bear with us if we drop out. We'll do our best. But we look forward to seeing hopefully some of you in the chat tomorrow, and if it goes well, I'll try to take the gimbal out and go around, check out the lake a little bit if we can. So even if it's just along the edge of the lake or whatnot, it would be cool. So Kimberly, if you missed it earlier, we did finally make it to the beach, so definitely go back and check that video out. Go maybe like 30 minutes in, so you can skip the drive to the beach. But there was the really cool handicap accessible playground, which was really cool. And then we got out and I moved over to the gimbal and we went out to the beach and almost totally soaked my shoes and soaked the gimbal almost. That was quite the funny moment. No, my dad says it wasn't as close as I thought, but looking through the phone, it looked way too close for comfort.
You would have been head to toe wet if the gimbal got wet.
I had it pretty low to the ground though, because I was videoing the ground with the water coming in. I was trying to give that feel like you're right there. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, your ankles would have got wet maybe, but
Yeah.
probably not the gimbal.
Well, better safe than sorry, right? Let's not get the electronics wet at the ocean. But yeah, definitely check that out. And I'm glad you enjoyed the Fort Hancock Lighthouse, Sandy Hook Lighthouse tour. That was really cool. I had no idea it was the oldest lighthouse. We did go back in the dark to see it glowing. I did take a few pictures, but they're not the best. But I'll post them up on YouTube and Facebook. So. Josh says I'm about to head out to get some SpaghettiOs and minis for late dinner. Well, enjoy, Josh. And like I said, I'll keep you in prayers. Kimberly says, I didn't get any notification. That's why streamers are hesitant to ever break a stream. They want to stream forever since you won't get any notifications that you're live. LOL. Good to know. I did not realize that was an issue, so thanks for that. I didn't see the clip that you clipped, if you clipped a clip. I'll have to check that out when I get on my computer. I'm not sure if you sent that to me or not. I'll look. But we're going to sign off, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. The moon guided us all the way home, safe and sound.